What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that is very, very important when it comes to anxiety recovery, and it's patience and consistency. I think it's overlooked. I think we get into this mentality where things are supposed to happen, within hours, days, maybe even a couple weeks. And that is like a quick fix mentality. I've mentioned here before, I think a lot of people think of quick fix mentality as like instant, and sure, that's true. But when it comes to recovery and creating new habits and rewiring, I even think if you are expecting everything to be completely different within a week or two, or even like 3 weeks, that's still a quick fix mentality. You have to be ready to be consistent for months, and that's something that people don't want to hear. But you know what time it is, guys? Smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt today, and hopefully that's what we do today, guys. And you take something from this video and you apply it. The messages are good. It's good to get reassurance, but if you're not applying any tips or anything, especially coming from somebody that's been there, it's going to drag this out. Apply the things that you get in these videos, apply what you get in other people's videos. Today, the question of the day is, what are the top 3 things that have helped you the most when it comes to your anxiety? Share that down below, guys. You could change somebody's life by sharing what's going on for you and what's helped you. It could be anything: exercise, gratitude, journaling, exposure, mindfulness. Hopefully exposure's on there. But there might be something on there that somebody else hasn't tried. So if you want to elaborate, be lengthy, and give details, please do that. It's going to help somebody out. So everybody, just to be a part of the community and to help somebody out, please go down there and let us know the top 3 things that have helped you. I'll be scrolling through those comments tonight and tomorrow morning to read some of these. So we're going to get into this, guys. Patience and consistency. I already highlighted that in the beginning of the video. I think many people believe that, if they stick with something a week or two, they should know whether or not this is going to be the answer. And guys, I'm telling you, it takes longer than that, And here's an example. Like we hear about a tool. Either you've heard about it in my videos, or you read an article, or you read a book, or somebody else's video, or an Instagram post, or TikTok, whatever. And you're like, oh, that sounds cool, or it doesn't sound like that crazy or too hard to do or whatever. And you try it for a few days, and man, I still get these stubborn headaches even though I'm trying this technique. That technique must not be for me. Or, my stomach, I still have some stomach pains or some nausea, and I've been trying this over here, this mindfulness technique that I learned from this guy. You know what? That's probably not it for me. Or you just expected it to work a lot faster. Same thing with maybe changing your diet up or trying to start getting into exercise. Guys, these are tools. And I'm sorry, I want you to view it like this. I know I've made this comparison before, but I think it's a good one. If I just handed you a bunch of woodworking tools, right? I think my demographics on my YouTube channel is like 70% men, so there's probably a few woodworkers here. But if I handed you a whole bunch, for the most of you, a bunch of woodworking tools, right? These awesome tools, brand new. And I expected you to come up with this masterpiece of a table, right? Within, a week or two. It's probably not going to happen, right? And you can apply this to any other tool or any skill or whatever. I give you something, I give you the materials, right? Now make me something amazing out of it, right? You're not, at least me, I'm not gonna know how to use all those tools. I'm gonna have to look up tutorial videos. I might have to ask my dad for some help, or somebody that's been in the woodworking game for a while. And even after asking for help and watching tutorial videos, guess what? It's going to take me a while to really master it and to get it down. You know what I mean? It's going to take me a while to start making great pieces of woodwork, right? I'm just trying to use that as an example, but I'm just trying to get you to see the big picture. Just because you watch a video about meditation and you do like a guided meditation doesn't mean that you're going to be great at it and that you should expect anxiety recovery within a few days. Say you don't ever work out, guys. You don't work out that much. Guess what? You're stiff. You're out of shape. You're not in good cardiac shape. After you run and lift some weights, guess what? You're going to have shin splints probably. You're going to be very, very, very sore, probably for a few days, if not a week, especially after leg day. You're not going to be as efficient. Your form is not going to be that great. It takes time, right? It takes time you got to build up reps, and you got to come back, and you got to come back and come back. Guess what? Then your posture, then your form is better. You're more efficient when you work out, right? You're not getting shin splints anymore. You know how to stretch properly. You're not as stiff. You don't get as sore anymore. And it gets better. And guess what? Your confidence goes up. You're showing up to the gym even more. It becomes a habit. Now it's weird if you skip a day at the gym. Whereas in the beginning, you hear about this thing and it's great, everything. But after you go the first time, your body and mind is screaming at you to not go back to the gym. It takes time. You have to be consistent. Exposure, that's going to take time. When you first start exposure, guys, and this is a great example of this, like quick fix mentality. Oh man, I don't drive that much, and because of my anxiety, I get panic. All right, I'm going to go drive tomorrow. Yeah, I saw this video. It pumped me up. It motivated me. All right, we're going to get in the car, and you get in the car the next day, and it's horrible. And you're like, guess what? Like, I'm not ready for exposure. I'm not ready for it. There's something missing that I need to do before I get into this car. However, I do encourage you to have a morning routine and to do some of these things before you set off. But I'm saying you're still going to feel like crap your first time going out to do something that you haven't done in months or years. If you're going to leave the house for the first time in months or years, if you're going to go back to work after being off for a long time because of your anxiety, guess what? It's going to be hard that first day. And the idea is that it gets better little by little by little by little. Guys, don't expect more than a 1% per day kind of growth, guys, when you're doing these things and learning new tools and skills. It takes time. Some of you're going to get a notebook and you're going to start journaling, right? And you're like, I don't even know what to write, what to journal about. It's going to take some time to figure out your cadence, right? And figure out what you're going to write about. Same thing with anything. Breathing techniques, workouts, changing your diet's going to be something that's weird in the beginning. Guys, it takes time, and you have to be patient, and you have to think in terms of months instead of days or weeks. You're trying to create new habits. If it takes, 100 days, right, to really solidify. I've seen anywhere from 30 to 75, but I've seen really, if you can do something like 100 days, you're going to be pretty good at it, and it's going to be embedded within your subconscious. It's like a real solid concrete habit, right? Think about that. 100 days, that's why I was going back to maybe try to, get a little bit better, 1% per day. That takes time and commitment, right? To create those habits. You got to try to do the same thing with mindfulness or meditation, right? You got to do the same thing when it comes to your workout, when it comes to adapting, after you've adopted a new diet. Expect that with your exposure. And if we can go ahead and just accept okay, I believe I'm going to get out of this. I understand that it takes time. I got to create new habits. I have a lot of bad ones. And I'm locked in for at least 100 days. Guess what? It takes the pressure off. Those of you that are trying to get better in 2 weeks because you got a vacation coming up, good luck. I'm not trying to be a jerk. You're going to put too much pressure on yourself. And you're going to keep bouncing around. This ain't working. I got to hurry and find something that's going to work super fast before my vacation. Whereas if you just would have taken it day by day, in 2 weeks, you'd be in a lot better place than you were 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. And just have faith that you'll be able to handle it whenever that vacation comes up and that I'm not going to skip out or avoid it. Some of you got a wedding coming up in 3 months. Some of you, things that are coming up on the calendar, and we're putting X's on it every day, and we're freaking out the closer it gets to that date. And I try to tell everybody, I was on a call with a guy this morning. He knows who he is. And I told him, don't worry about August. He's got something cool coming up in August. Have faith that you'll be in a better place. And if you focus on what you have to do day by day and take it one day at a time, you will be in a better place. If you're always focused on August, your head's not where it needs to be. It needs to be on today. What can I do today to get better with my mental health? And let's follow that message with a good affirmation down below, okay? Let's put in the comment section in all caps, if you watch this far in the video, I will be patient and consistent. I will be patient and consistent because it is a must. So many of us are focused on the future, the future result, or I just want to be recovered, and what's the fastest route, and how can I get better within hours, days, or weeks. I'm telling you guys, you're going to stay in place. You're going to keep looking. So many of you guys have had some amazing tools and amazing knowledge from books or courses or videos or whatever, from your therapist, some great gold stuff. And if you just would have been patient and plant that seed and watered it and nurtured it and fertilized it and taken good care of it, it'd be flourishing right now for you. Okay? So just keep that in mind. You know, like whenever you're getting started with mindfulness, right? It's like getting a little seed and planting it. Now every day you got to make sure it gets light. You know, it gets water, it gets nutrients, and you're going to see it start to grow. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's a good way of looking at it. You're planting seeds. Most of you guys are getting the seed and you think there's supposed to be this, you know, this huge tomato plant, you know, in 2 days with low-hanging fruit. It takes time, patience, consistency. The same thing with recovery. If you want more help with your recovery process, guys, check out my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. If you're wanting that step-by-step process from somebody that's been there and done that, you know, the tools, the foundation, the concepts, the perspectives, the mindset that you need to overcome this. Guys, it is going to be down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. It's helping a lot of people. I want you to be a part of that too. If you're interested in coaching, guys, you can shoot me an email. My email is down below in the description. I'll give you my information. You can also DM me on Instagram or TikTok for that information. Sometimes either whenever I email somebody back or whatever, it goes to their spam. Sometimes it goes to my spam. So if you don't want to do the email thing, or if you're not getting a message or email back from me, try me on one of those platforms. But guys, I love you all. Please hit the like button if you got value today. And until next time, guys, keep fighting. I love you all. Bye.